My first snub, not that they're ranked, but the one that I actually for a little while had bolded, which on my list I bold the things that I'm gonna pick. It was Blondie. 24 films made between 1930 1950. It was one of the precursors to popular comics. And no, it's not the first one. I think the Yellow Kid gets that honor back in the 1800s. But nobody knows the Yellow Kid. That's not still going.
I do.
Very few people know the Yellow Kid. Your average person doesn't. Blondie, I grew up still reading Blondie in the Sunday comics, even though it's all the way to 1930. I've read plenty of Blondie. Read by 250 million people in 55 countries and 33 languages. So I thought that was a worthy snub.
Yeah.
Far Side was another huge snub I had there. Doonesbury was one that I had there as a snub. Non Sequitur also, which you mentioned. I thought deserved a call out. Pearls Before Swine is sort of that modern day one. I think it's too new to put in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
I had a friend in college
with that one.
I
would put Foxtrot and Zitz with it because they are great. They're iconic. Sure. They're very important, but they're too new.
Yeah, they're too new. And here's if you're new, you really have to be elite to prove yourself. The reality is Pearls Before Swine is too new to even possibly prove like being important to the 2010s. Who cares? Comic strip history goes all the way back to the 1800s, technically. Yeah. I feel like it really started in the 20s, 30s, where Popeye came up, which is another one I have. So Family Circus, another one.
Family Circus, yeah.
BC.
That's Popeye. An old one, too. It was like 50s, I think.
Yeah, but again, I grew up, my local paper, I remember BC. I remember Family Circus. I remember Marmaduke was another one I remembered, but I didn't even put it as a snub here. Yellow Kid was the first U.S. comic strip. Annie, I didn't know that started as a comic strip. I didn't even know that. Same with Popeye. So you may say, oh, Popeye, that's super iconic. Yeah. That's more iconic than Dilbert or The Far Side. And I would say, yeah, but you know it as a cartoon, don't you?
Yeah.
Which would be my argument against that is I feel that it's it's like saying, well, Darth Vader is the most iconic book character. He's in books. Like, okay, but he's the most iconic. You don't think of Darth Vader as a book character. You think of him as a movie character. So in that same sense, idea. Popeye, I feel that way, and Annie, I feel like Annie the musical.
I have one more.
Snubs? Okay.
The only other one that I had that I really consider was Crazy Cat.
Okay. Yeah, and I looked at that a little bit.
It was back in 1911, I think, was the first one that they published. Again, the influence of that comic strip on all of the other ones to come after, it is, I mean, without a doubt, it has that importance there. It has the comedy aspect of it, but they were also making very big political statements, commentary, and I think many of the comic strips of that time, they were trying to do that for all the things that were happening, but this one was one that I read. Bill Watterson said, I read that, and I knew what I wanted to do. The style that they used it was copied or used as inspiration for many other comic strips. And also very weird, surreal panels that he would have there. So that's my only other snub. I don't think that it's kind of like more obscure at this point, that only if you are into comic strips you would maybe know about it.